Hi, my name is Juliana Fenech and I'm the founder of Lignan Stories, a storytelling agency set up to support parents and guardians of 5 to 10-year-old children to use storytelling in their everyday life. Throughout all of these years that I have been working with parents, I often ask them what holds them back from making the changes that they are so well aware need to happen in their family. And the answer is always the same. It's either I don't have time or I don't have energy. You see, parents are the most important service providers in society, and yet I think it is safe to say they are the least supported. And even more so in the case of moms. Statistics show us that most moms are actually doing an equivalent amount of work to 4.5 full-time jobs. If you count all of the things that a mother has to remember from the moment she wakes up to the moment she goes to bed, and even while she's asleep, on top of her own work responsibilities, financial worries, and also taking care of elderly parents in some instances, that is quite a lot to juggle. And when moms come across our programs, for example, which are designed in order to support parents to use storytelling to deal with difficult emotions and difficult behaviors, many mothers recognize the value of the program. They are desperate for the support, and yet they don't join. And when I check in with them days or weeks after we speak about what the program could do for them, it makes me very sad to see that deep down, at the bottom of their decision not to join, is a sense that they don't deserve this support. Mothers will do anything for their children and their families, but when it comes to putting themselves first, they think it through 10 times over. They tend to hold back, quoting time as an issue, money as an issue, energy as an issue, and yet the truth beneath all of those things is their own self-doubt. They try to manage on their own, but some things are impossible to change alone. If you look at studies that reflect on the patterns of very successful people, if you look at the biggest game changers in the world, what do they have in common? Each of them say that it is not possible to make big changes unless you have support. You don't know what you don't know. So how can you change it? If your family is struggling because you feel your children are not disciplined enough, or perhaps they don't listen enough, or there isn't enough communication in your family, you know what the problem is, but you don't necessarily know what the solution is. Otherwise, you'd have fixed the problem. And I don't say this with any judgment. Please don't beat yourself up. I say it with a lot of compassion as a parent who has gone through it and as a researcher who has worked with so many families who have expressed the same difficulty. But let me just give you one piece of friendly advice, if I may. You're going to spend the time anyway. Whether you spend the time working on yourself to develop more effective solutions or strategies, or whether you spend the time fixing the conversations that have gone wrong in your family, mending the broken bonds because you haven't dealt with situations in a harmonious way, you are going to spend the time. You're either going to spend the time growing and developing systems that are going to help your family live together more harmoniously, or you're going to spend the time healing. So, dear moms, which one is it going to be? When I say you cannot do it alone, it is not to discourage you, quite the opposite. It is to encourage you to step forward and join circles, safe spaces of parents who are like-minded and who are supporting each other because they believe that a rising tide lifts all boats. You don't want to be out there at sea all on your own. So join us, join our community at Lignan Stories. And in order to do this, you need to find out more. So go ahead and register for our newsletter at www.lignanstories.com @lignans.org/contact, and I'll be in touch with more information on how we can help you. Sending you so much love and support and a big hug. I'll see you very soon.